People are talking, saying that Beyoncé may have just reported her own husband Jay-Z to the feds, and it looks like she's only looking out for herself right now. Everyone's heard the talk that things between Beyoncé and Jay-Z haven't been great lately, and that their relationship has been shaky for some time. Well, it seems like Beyoncé might be done trying to keep it together, because now the word is that she went to the feds. And you can bet Jay-Z's not going to be too happy about that. What's even more interesting is that, once again, this all seems to circle back to Diddy. There have been constant rumors about both Beyoncé and Jay-Z being connected to Diddy and his shady behavior. Nothing has ever been officially proven. But now that Beyoncé might have gone to the feds, things could take a turn. Fast. Now remember, this is all just what people are saying, so don't come at me. I'm just sharing what's being talked about. And honestly, the timing makes sense. Diddy's trial is coming up in just a few weeks, and the feds are working hard to get everything in place, including witnesses who will speak out against him. They've been trying to keep things quiet, but some details have started to get out, including one claim that Cassie is going to testify against Diddy. Fans have been trying to figure out who else might be testifying. And that's when whispers about Beyoncé allegedly meeting with the feds started picking up. Her name has been connected to this case from the very start, so it's no surprise that people believe she could be on the witness list. Some folks think her only link to Diddy is through Jay-Z, but that's not true. Beyoncé had her own friendship with Diddy. They were actually pretty close years ago before things started to go downhill for him. To show how close they were, Freddie P once shared in an interview that Diddy made him and some other bad boy artists walk 4 hours just to pick up a specific cheesecake from a bakery, all because Beyoncé wanted it from that exact place.
The fun fact a lot of people don't know, that cheesecake we went and got was for Beyoncé. She was upstairs the whole time. What we was talking about again? Hold on. Yeah, that's a fun fact people don't know. People like, y'all walked and got a cheesecake. It was for Beyoncé. He told us to walk. He didn't tell us to walk back. So we already in the hotel like 3 hours before they got there. When they said they was coming, we went and met him in front of the building. And you know the first thing that nigga said out of his mouth? He said, hold up, we got the cheesecake. He was like, I don't want that shit. Take that shit upstairs for Beyoncé. Then he said, they was like, yeah, man, we wanted to tell you Fred and Dallon, they ain't walked back. You know, trying to be on some snitching shit. He's like, I ain't tell you.
People have been talking about how badly Diddy has treated his artists for years, so none of this is really shocking. He's been known to disrespect them and act like they didn't matter. But still, making your artist walk 4 hours just to get a cheesecake? That's not something you do unless you're on very good terms with the person who wanted it. That little story says a lot, and that's just one part of it. There were also quiet rumors about Beyoncé showing up at Diddy's parties. Now, we all know things really blew up after Diddy got exposed, and people started talking about all the wild stuff that went on at his parties. Some even claimed half of Hollywood was showing up at those events. But with Beyoncé, the talk started way before all that came out. There was even a claim from Diddy's former bodyguard, who said Beyoncé once tried to hit on Diddy at one of his parties. He didn't exactly say it in those words, but from how he described the moment, it definitely sounded like that's what he meant.
I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020. You know what I mean? Diddy had put everybody else out the crib, like the influx of people, he had put them out. But he had took a liking to me in particular around the time, man. It was really, you know what I mean, like putting his arm around me.
Right.
So he had put majority of the people out, but he allowed me to stay in there.
Mm-hmm.
Me and, you know, maybe about 15 others, you know.
Right.
Jay-Z and Beyoncé being, you know, 2 of the other 15 people in the room. So that'll just put into perspective of the type of company I was in
right.
at the moment, you know. And she came over and introduced herself to me like as if she had to.
Right.
Beyoncé, cut it out. But I'm a big fan of your work, you know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop, and that was just dope. That was dope as hell to me, man. That was dope.
And it didn't end there. There were also rumors going around that Beyoncé was actually caught on video at one of Diddy's parties, doing things people are still whispering about. Let's just say, based on what's being said, it wasn't something you'd want the world to see.
So was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because...
Wait a minute, say that again. Say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
the shopping thing is
yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before, so like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow. Can you, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on
No, I
the tape.
can't explain who the person was, but Mr.
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it? Or
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video, and I can tell the video is pornographic in nature.
Oh my, all right. So we know that he videotaped a lot of activities at his home, did he? And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at
Okay.
a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping, like they're being surreptitious.
There's no solid proof of this, but Jaguar Wright was one of the people who kept insisting that the tape did exist. She even said it would make Beyoncé look better. In fact, Jaguar mentioned this months before it started gaining attention.
Daddy. Oh, Diddy done turned over tapes. Allegedly, with the Carters and some freak off. And the Beyoncé. How on the cocaine? And the tapes had Jesus all over it. Hold on.
Lil Rod's court documents also revealed that while living and traveling with Diddy, Mr. Jones discovered hidden cameras in every room of Diddy's homes. He believes Diddy has recordings of celebrities, music executives, politicians, and athletes. This might help explain why fans suspect Beyoncé could turn on Diddy. But why would she turn on Jay-Z? There are rumors that Beyoncé and Jay-Z have been in a loveless marriage for years, but at the same time, he's the father of her children. And together they form one of the most powerful couples in Hollywood. So why would she risk everything to ruin that? Well, it could be tied to reports that Beyoncé has been trying to leave the marriage for some time. And what better way for her to do that than to walk away when Jay-Z is sentenced to prison? All while playing the role of the shocked, betrayed wife? Things started to look worse when rumors surfaced about how Jay-Z allegedly forced Beyoncé to use substances. Jaguar Wright has spoken out multiple times, claiming that Jay-Z is so obsessed with controlling Beyoncé that he allegedly manipulates her.
Monster. And I've known he's a monster for years.
Mm-hmm.
I waited a long time to see if he would grow a conscience. And the more he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in a character.
No, girl.
She even went as far as to compare Beyoncé's situation to Britney Spears, urging fans to start a Free Beyoncé campaign. According to her, Beyoncé is a prisoner in her marriage and feels completely trapped.
Yeah, this right now, y'all talking about Free Britney. Y'all need to be doing a campaign that say Free Beyoncé.
The Beyonce is free.
She is a prisoner in a gilded cage.
Oh God, no. If Beyonce is in prison, she's in one of the most expensive prisons ever.
Yes, she is. And she's watched 24 hours a day. She's not allowed to make a choice for herself, not at all, not in any way.
Oh.
People think she has an amazing life. She is told what to say, she is told what to eat, she is told what to drink, she is told what to wear.
By whom?
She is not her husband's wife, she is his employee. It's a business arrangement. She was a dowry.
It's hard to believe, but even crazier is the fact that Jay-Z himself has admitted to treating Beyoncé poorly on purpose. And we're not just talking about his confession of cheating on her in his song 444. In the song, he says, "I said don't embarrass me instead of be mine. That was my proposal for us to go steady. I saw the innocence leave your eyes. I still mourn its death. And I apologize to all the women whom I toyed with your emotions, because I was emotionless. And because I fall short of what I say, I'm all about your eyes leaving with the soul that your body once housed." Last year, blogger Storm Monroe made some bold claims, suggesting that Beyoncé plans to move forward with a separation and divorce from Jay-Z.
After the powers that be, the PTB, the industry, whatever you want to call them, once they're done with Diddy, right? And this is going to be going on for some time, but once, I guess you can say the public humiliation, basically after the major documentaries come out, right? After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be.
Fans have been speculating that Beyoncé might be gearing up to make a major move in her life, and it seems like the clues have been stacking up. Over the past couple of years, she's been launching new businesses one after the other. In just a short period, Beyoncé has set up at least 3 new ventures and even managed to go on 2 world tours. This isn't her first time starting businesses, of course, but the fact that she's been doing so many back-to-back has raised some serious suspicions. People are starting to think that these moves aren't just about expanding her empire, but might signal something much bigger brewing in her personal life. When Jay-Z was sued for sexual assault, many thought that might finally be the breaking point for Beyoncé. The situation seemed to be one that would push her to make a drastic decision about her marriage. However, things didn't unfold the way some expected. The lawsuit was eventually dropped, and Jay-Z took to celebrating the dismissal of the case, calling it a victory. In a statement, he expressed his relief, saying, "Today is a victory. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. This civil suit was without merit and was never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable, if not for the seriousness of the claims. I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed." Though Jay-Z was quick to claim victory, the entire situation left many wondering if Beyoncé might finally be at her breaking point. It seemed like the type of scandal that could have prompted her to walk away for good, but in the end, she chose to stay. This has led to more questions than answers, especially given how much public attention the lawsuit brought. As for whether Beyoncé will eventually leave Jay-Z, that's still up in the air. The rumors are now swirling that she might be cooperating with the federal authorities as a last-ditch attempt to get herself out of this difficult situation. With Diddy's trial looming, fans believe that Beyoncé's possible cooperation with the feds could be an attempt to protect herself while distancing from the chaos surrounding both Jay-Z and Diddy. Until Diddy's trial actually begins, it's hard to know exactly what Beyoncé's next move will be. The situation is still evolving, and the media is keeping a close eye on the drama surrounding the Carters. Whether Beyoncé decides to stay, leave, or even expose more about her marriage, it's clear that the story isn't over yet. Her fans are glued to every new development, trying to piece together the next chapter of her life. For now, all we can do is watch and wait to see how this all unfolds. It's been a roller coaster of rumors, legal battles, and business ventures, and it's far from over. As always, people are eager to hear what Beyoncé might do next, and whether or not she will finally take the steps to reclaim her life. Until then, we'll keep an eye on all the updates and see how this story continues to develop. So, what do you think? Do you believe Beyoncé is ready to make a move, or is this just another round of rumors? Leave your thoughts below and stay tuned for the next video.